So do cats have a sixth sense? We know they have 9 lives, but do they have a special sense to know when you're ill, when you're sick, when you're dying, or maybe when they're dying? Hello, YouTube friends. This is Cooper. Yeah, we're cat people. Or should I say, my wife and kids are cat people. Although, kids are all gone, left us the cats. Yep, we have 3 cats. But this is Cooper. To meet our one-eyed cat, Mamo. She's also in a picture right behind me. Our son gave us that picture one Christmas as a Christmas present. And in today's video, I want to tell you a story about Mamo, a remarkable story, a story that you're probably not going to believe. You see, she passed away during the pandemic, and I want you to stay all the way to the end of the video because I'm going to give 5 signs that our vet gave us and told us what to look for to determine if our pet wasn't doing so well. So, stay with me. I was working in Iraq for the U.S. military. I got an urgent email from my wife that basically said, call home. Now, cell phones, they were available. Not too costly, but the minutes, now they were costly and they went real quick. But I had one. So I called home, spoke to my wife, who basically said that my daughter had gotten a kitten. Now, it is a running joke in our family that every time I deployed, they would get another animal. So we have 3 cats, 2 dogs. So you know how many times I've been away. So Mama was about 6 weeks old when they brought her home. And like all 6-week-old kittens, she loved running around and jumping and playing with things. And that's okay unless you're playing with the German Shepherd. Now that wasn't a good thing. Mama kept playing with that German Shepherd until one day, that German Shepherd didn't want to play no more, and he decided to bite her. Now the bite was strong enough to cause some swelling on the left side of Mama's head, so they immediately rushed her to the vet. The vet indicated that, you know what, he could fix Mama's injuries, but she was probably going to lose an eye, and it was going to cost us $1,500. Hence, that's why my wife sent me an emergency email. They needed some money. Of course, I kicked out the money. If I didn't, I wouldn't have a home to come home to. Mama would grow up and become a rather rough cat. She liked wrestling with Elliot. Elliot was our little Pomeranian dog. They were like best friends. Now, during the pandemic, I caught pneumonia and I spent 4 days in the hospital. I honestly didn't think I was going to come out of there alive. But by God's grace, I managed to recover from it and heal. So when I got home from the hospital, Mama, for whatever reason, seemed to develop a stronger friendship with me. Now, just to be honest, I really did like animals. And as I said earlier, you know the joke of them getting a pet every time I deployed? That was my punishment. That was payback because I'd left. So every time I got in bed, Mama would jump up in the bed, come up against me, snuggle, and she would turn over so that I could rub her belly. Then, when she had enough, she would bite me and then run away. And I'd usually let out a big scream, and my wife would say, "What happened?" I'd say, "Mama did it again. She bit me." Now, did Mama sense that I was sick and trying to recover? Well, I like to think so. Because you know what? She never did this before. She never jumped on the bed, come and snuggled up against me, turn over, and let me rub her belly. And she wouldn't let anybody else do that either. Now, did Mama pass on one of those 9 lives to me to allow me to keep living? I don't know. And I say that because shortly after I recovered, we noticed that she started to withdraw from us, not eating regularly. She would hide under the bed. When we take her outside, she would hide under the trailer. And I would call for her when everybody was going in. She wouldn't come. I'd have to crawl under the trailer
and snatch her up. So we started to worry. So we took her to the vet. Because of the pandemic, we had to stay outside in our car. So they gave her some shots, and they said that that would help clear her up. Oh, 2 weeks later, we were there again because Memo wasn't getting any better. This time they took x-rays of her chest, and they discovered that the illness, it had spread. It had spread so fast that they indicated that there was nothing more that they could do to help her, and that we should consider putting her down. Now that was like a knife in my wife's heart. We asked the doctors if they could bring her out and let us see her one last time, which they complied. They brought her out. You know, Mama was looking just so tired, so wore out. You could tell that she was ready to pass on. So we agreed with the doctors to allow her to pass, and they agreed to let my wife go in and be with her at the time of the passing, which we did. And what we did was we had Mama cremated, and we put her ashes in a little box that we keep in our curio cabinet. A picture of Mama hangs in our kitchen with her collar. So it's placed low enough that the other cats are able to see her. When our granddaughter comes over, it's so cute. Our granddaughter will come over and will touch Mama's picture along with her collar, ring her little bells, and she'd say, "Hi, Mama." She's only 2, but she knows who Mama is. So here are 5 symptoms that our vet gave us that indicate that your cat might be passing. Number 1, weakness. Cat sleeping more than usual, not showing the energy level that they used to have. Number 2, loss of appetite, loss of weight, getting skinny. 3, cats often seek out a place that is quiet and secluded when they're not feeling well, much like Mama did when she hid under the bed or she hid under the trailer. 4, just a change in their behavior. 5, breathing difficulties. You might notice the change in their breathing patterns. So those are 5 symptoms when you see that your cat might have a problem. Best thing to do, go to the vet.